Hey everyone, I'm JimClassic, and you are watching Geekin. And today I want to be talking about Transformers Studio Series number 5, Voyager Class, Optimus Prime. So, this is the Optimus Prime from the second movie, Revenge of the Fallen, and really, I mean, it's the same Optimus Prime that they used in the first 3 movies, but they're using they're focusing on the Optimus Prime from the classic forest battle in Revenge of the Fallen, which is probably Movie Prime's best moment in all 5 of the movies. Which that's not entirely saying much, considering I'm talking about the movie series. But yeah, this is his shining moment, and so yeah, looking forward to cracking this guy open. I've been sitting on this for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Just like Blackout and Grimlock, I was just waiting to put this thing in front of the camera. But here he is, and let's just take a quick look at the box. So again, here we have Transformers, the Generations logo, Takara Tommy. Nice action artwork of Optimus right there. Of course, he's in robot mode with one of his Energon blades. Studio Series number 5, Optimus Prime, Transformers: Age of Extinction, Hasbro. More artwork right there, number 5, Studio Series, Voyager Class. Those sad looking eyes of his. I don't really mind Bayformers Optimus Prime so much, but he's got some weird, sad-looking eyes a lot of the times, which is weird because he's kind of a serial killer in the movie series. But whatever, we're not gonna focus on that really. Big screen inspired, scale, detail, backdrop, appearance, product shot. Bumblebee, Stinger, Starscream. None of these 3 guys I'm planning on buying. I don't know why. Something is telling me to buy this guy. Starscream here. Starscream. We'll put his name in quotations because it's not really goddamn Starscream. I don't know. Something's telling me to buy this. Something's telling me I might actually like it, but it's movie Starscream. That's already like 1,000 points against it. Anyway, I just love it when I just insert my Bayformers opinions in these videos. Nice little Autobot window right there. Another action shot of Optimus Prime. This is pretty cool artwork. I like that. I don't entirely hate the Bayformers, okay? I don't entirely hate them. I wouldn't be spending money on these guys if I truly thought this was vile, okay? All right. Now, let's get this guy open. Let's get this guy open and bring him out into the world. Yes. And here we have Optimus Prime taken out of the box and in vehicle mode. And wow, this dude has got some pretty dark colors going on. Like, with Blackout and Grimlock, it was a lot of monochromatic, grays and dark grays and blacks with a little splash of color here and there. This Optimus Prime does have at least blue and red and silver and gunmetal gray. At least he's a lot more colorful than Blackout and Grimlock, but this is some dark coloring. Like, I don't even know if the camera's picking up on the blue flames. Okay, there we go. Yeah. See the blue flames right there? I mean, the blue flames, they look nice. They do. But back here, I'm having trouble seeing them. Me personally, I'm having trouble seeing the blue flames on the hood. Now, I can see the red flames right there, which also look nice. There you go. See? I mean, it looks good. I mean, now, mind you, I'm one of those people that never complained about the flames on Optimus Prime. That never bothered me. The long nose cab thing never bothered me. But these colors are just a little bit too dark. All right, it's just not the right shade of Optimus Prime. But let's just get on to the truck mode. It's a long nose cab. I don't the smokestacks might be a little bit too short for my liking. I think other Optimus Prime toys, other Movieverse Optimus Prime toys, the smokestacks were a little bit longer, but, whatever. I got some nice painted silver plastic there. The grill, the front of the cab is just a gun metal gray, no paint on the lights or anything, at least not that I can see. Cool little Autobot. There we go. Cool little Autobot symbol. Can you see it? Is it focusing? Little Autobot symbol. This front part does not fully tab in all that great. I had a little problems keeping this part tabbed in. Some tabbing issues, but like the wheel keeps popping out of the wheel well. And there's something he's a little lopsided. All right, save our studio series. Okay, no, never mind. But anyway, I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe I did something wrong. It's possible. My first time transforming him, something's probably a little crooked down there, which is upsetting the balance. Yeah, and it keeps popping out. Okay, there we go. So I had to adjust the legs a little bit. There we go. Yay. Okay. Oh, that would be helpful. So yeah, it's a nice little truck mode. I do like the detail in the rivets and more rivets. The back section is obviously the robot foot, which is part of the hitch. The back section is kind of a bit of a mess. Again, when it comes to the Bayformers, engineering has got to be a nightmare. So I'm not really going to complain if the hitch is all messed up. I mean, the rest of the cab, the rest of the cab does look good, and it's got like some translucent windows. I think that's it. I think that's all I can really say about the truck mode. The weapons that Optimus Prime does come with, or his little energon blades. There are tabs right there, and they can just be pegged right there and right there. So there's that. Now I'm not a big fan of weapon modes, or I'm not a fan of stored weapons in vehicle mode. They usually just look awful and get in the way. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. That doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously it looks like he's storing weapons on the back of his vehicle, but when it comes to weapon storage, this isn't really getting in the way. It doesn't really. It is not a total eyesore. If anything, it's covering up a lot of the mess, which I was just talking about a second ago. So, this is one of those. There we go. This is one of those rare moments where the weapon storage is not a hot mess. Anyway, so since we have Optimus Prime here in vehicle mode, let's look at Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Whoa. Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And let's look at The Last Night Optimus Prime. So, and as you can see, Studio Series Optimus Prime is really tiny compared to these two other guys. These two Optimus Primes just dwarf this version. Now, mind you, again, Studio Series is meant to be a bit more in scale with each other and not necessarily in scale with the main retail line. So, I mean, there is that. It's just these guys are part of a completely different scale, technically, even though all three of them are Voyager classes. Studio Series is taking liberties with the exact size of the Voyager class. Some Voyager classes are taller than others. Some Deluxes are going to be shorter than others. And, even some leader classes like Blackout and Grimlock are going to be shorter or taller than others. So, that's just the thing you have to expect going into the Studio Series line. There we go. Well, I don't really know how good that comes across there, but just you can just see the size differences. Let's just get Age of Extinction Prime out of there, narrow it down a little bit more. But yeah, it is a very tiny cab mode by comparison to the mainline, Optimus Prime. But again, I'm not really comparing. I'm not really going to keep these guys displayed in their vehicle modes, or at least not often. Maybe one in robot mode, one in vehicle mode, sure. But really, I'm not going to have a whole display of vehicle modes on my shelf. So, you know what? Without further ado, let's just get this guy into robot mode. Okay, let's do this. Let's get this. All right, and here we go. And here we have Optimus Prime in robot mode, and I have to say, it's a pretty fun. It's a pretty fun transformation. It's a little involved. Hold on. Yeah, okay, it's in there. Yeah, okay. It's a little involved. It's a little bit different than some of the other Optimus Prime vehicle modes, and I like that. Really, it's almost a different. It's almost a different transformation for just about every toy. Some have some similarities that carry over to the other toys, and this one, does have some differences. I'm not complaining. I like it. This was a fun transformation. It was a little busy. It was a little involved. Some of the paneling, kind of is a little annoying, but I've had Optimus Prime toys that are worse than that. So, and again, my gripe continues on, which I think some of the colors are just too dark. The reds are too dark. The blues are too dark. The gunmetal's too dark. This is dark. This is a dark Optimus. Now, I suppose you could say that. Let's get this guy up here. Let's get this guy up here. Oh, well, see, there we go. Now, I forget what I was about to say. It wasn't very important anyway. But I will say that when I first took him out of the package, because he's packaged in robot mode, not a practice I really agree with when it comes to Transformer toys, but, I don't work at Hasbro. But he was slightly mistransformed, and it did throw me off a little bit. When he first came out of robot mode, If you see the two wheels up here by his hips, this wheel was down there. And I'm thinking, oh, this isn't exactly movie accurate because movie Optimus, the two wheels are supposed to be up there by his hips. And I did not realize that this little piece hinges and then that piece folds down, thus recreating that look, which makes him more movie accurate. So, yeah, he is slightly mistransformed in robot mode. It's just kind of a weird thing that they just decided to leave out. Like I said, just threw me off a little bit. It took me like 2 minutes to figure out what it was that what was wrong with it. But robot mode, I like him a lot better than I did in his truck mode. This is a really cool Optimus Prime. He's got some definitely nice details. Even though, if you look at him, I've got like 5 lights focused on this guy, and he's still coming out too dark. This is actually going back a couple of blogs. My complaint about Solo, a Star Wars movie, how everything was so dark, even though everything was so well lit. This is actually what I'm talking about right now. Like, I'm looking at this Optimus Prime through my camera display, and I'm seeing all this white, bright, tannish white color, and I just see this dark, like, shadowy guy right there, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm losing all the details, and just a minute. So this is an exact example of my gripe about Solo, a Star Wars story. Somehow I'm throwing that in here with my toy review. Anyway, let's just focus on Optimus Prime, and I'm going to stop rambling here. I have many lights on you. Why are you coming out so dark? I'll start with the head. Actually, it's a nice Optimus Prime head sculpt. It really is good. There are plenty of Optimus Prime toys which don't have nice head sculpts. This one does. It captured the Bayverse design. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does do a good job capturing the movieverse Optimus Prime. It's a good head sculpt. I like it. He doesn't have a lot of. It's on a ball joint, but I wouldn't put too much stress on turning it around or anything like that. But it's not bad. He's got, his shoulder goes all the way up. He can go all the way out. Bend at the elbow. Wrist rotation. One thing to just be a little bit aware of, sometimes if you're not paying attention, now I untabbed it that time, but there were a couple of times that I was fiddling around with them, and it just like, whoa, and then it went, whoa, and then it just went, ah, and then that was frustrating. But just be aware. Just sometimes that just pops out. He does have a waist swivel, so not bad. This doesn't always tab in the side wheel here, so that's finicky. You can do that. He's got good range of leg movement. I'm just having way too much fun here. Little thigh rotation, though. It does screw up the whole assembly right here. So if you do too much of it, nice, really, really nice bend at the knee. Look at that. You don't see that too often with Transformers. You don't get like a great knee bend like that. That is actually fantastic. And we have a little bit of tilt at the ankle plus pivot. Wait, this is a tilt, right? This is a pivot, tilt, pivot, whatever. It's got great range of movement for a bunch of hinges. Hold on, I'm gonna do like a little samurai kind of, thing. That's actually pretty good. Look at that. Optimus Prime can meditate. That's really good. I'm sorry. I know I'm like kind of focused on that for a minute, but I'm kind of a little impressed. See, I'm liking this guy a little bit more than I did a minute ago. Now, he does come with his. Hold on. There we go. Now, Optimus does come with his Energon blades. He doesn't have his ion gun or rifle or whatever the hell that gun was in the movies because it shot bullets or whatever. He doesn't come with a gun. He does come with his energon blades, as I pointed out in vehicle mode. They're nice. Translucent orange plastic. His little Cybertron character, Cybertron writing on the blade. It's not coming out. My camera's not focusing very well on it, but and of course the gunmetal plastic or gunmetal gray. Now, don't make the same mistake I did. See, they have the 5mm ports right there so that they fit into the hands. Even though these things are supposed to shoot out from the wrist, obviously it's they can only do so much. Don't make the mistake I did. I had them like that, like he was holding onto the blades from top to bottom, and they got stuck in his fists. And they got stuck in his fists. When I tried to pull them out, I ended up pulling the fist out of the socket, like from the mushroom peg right there. So these things, Optimus, stand up. You're drunk. All right? Sober up, buddy. All right, so what we do is he's going to hold on to them via the 5mm port from underneath. And it's also going to simulate the fact that they come out of his wrists. So again, there we go. And here we have Optimus and his weapon, with his battle blades or whatever they're called. Yeah, looks kind of like he's dancing there, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure Optimus cuts loose every once in a while when he's not cutting off heads and faces. I have to put in my jabs when I can, but they look cool. I mean, he does look pretty rad. I'm gonna have to say. Now, like every Studio Series figure, and this time I'm going to remember to do it, because I always forget, his display stand. Let me adjust the light, because I think there's some glare going on here. Let's see. Alright, and I see it just tabbed out. I didn't do it that time deliberately. So let's get this guy right there. Okay, well, there's a lot of glare. I'm sorry. Let's turn a few things away here. Not helping. Not helping at all. I'm not really sure what's wrong with the glare. There. Is that even the slightest bit better? I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with the glare here. There just seems to be a lot of it. Alright, well, alright, I think I fixed it a little bit. Anyway, Transformers, Generations logo, 05, Studio Series. This is the Forest battle during Optimus Prime's iconic duel with Megatron and Grindor and Starscream. He was taking all three of them at once. We all know what happens in that scenario, but it's not a bad backdrop. To be perfectly honest, I barely have room for this guy on any of my shelves. I'm not going to have room for all of that and the box for that matter. Like, I'm just this is one of those things. Like, I like to collect. I like to hold on to the boxes whenever possible. I think I just don't think I can keep this. If I'm going to throw it out, I might just throw it out. Maybe I might put it on eBay for anyone who might want to just buy this stand by itself. But I just, it's nice to have these little backdrops, I guess, if you're that kind of a collector and you want that presentation. Me personally, I just don't have any room for it, and it's quite superfluous for my needs. So, I think I've talked about the robot as much as I can talk about the robot. I think we should just move on to comparisons. Alright, let's get this guy off. Let's see. Okay, enough of that. Alright, so here we have, Revenge of the Fallen, Studio Series Optimus Prime, Age of Extinction, Voyager Class Optimus Prime, and The Last Night Voyager Class Optimus Prime. And still, even though his knees are bent a little bit and these guys are standing up straight, he is still a little bit shorter than the other guys. Let's straighten up Optimus Prime a little bit more, just so we know. See, everyone is standing fully straight. There. So yeah, they are. Guys, look at the camera. Thank you. All right. So yeah, I mean, he is kind of short by comparison to his predecessors, evolutions. I mean, technically, this guy has been in the first 3 movies. This guy was in the 4th movie. This guy was in the 5th movie. So yeah, okay. The toys came before that toy, but that design was before these two. Dun. But yeah, he's definitely a bit shorter. Definitely a lot darker. I mean, this is classic Optimus Prime colors. These colors are still brighter than these colors. We got the silver, the lighter red, the lighter blue. A lot of that. I love that. I love all that silver use. I wish Hasbro put that more silver in there, but we did not get that. But yeah, the head sculpt is still has the nicer head sculpt. I'm not a big fan of the exposed mouth. Even though the head sculpt is nice. Even though the head sculpt is still nice, I'm not a fan of the mouth. And that head sculpt, that has the best head sculpt out of all 3 of these guys. So getting these guys out of here, let's put him next to Deluxe Class Rescue Ratchet. Because I refuse to buy the green radioactive Ratchet, which is in the Studio series. No way am I buying radioactive Ratchet. I will never buy radioactive Ratchet. Unless I can get him like a discount on Ross or whatever. Then I might buy radioactive Ratchet. But I to this day, I still do not understand how they when they decided on using Ratchet, and they're like, let's use like radioactive green for a color scheme. Yeah, that's great. No, I'm not bitter. Can I move up? Okay, so I'm cutting off Ratchet's legs there a little bit. I wouldn't be the first. Oh. But anyway, this is kind of the scale, and they are actually all kind of to scale with each other. Blackout is a big guy. Don't get me wrong, Optimus is no lightweight, but that's how much bigger Blackout and Grimlock would be compared to Optimus Prime. So, I mean, this is a nice, happy scale. There are only 2 more Transformers in the Studio Series line that I am even remotely interested in buying. And one of them would be Deluxe Class Autobot Jazz. He is my favorite Autobot in just about any universe. So I'm looking forward to getting Jazz eventually. And I'm also interested in getting the Voyager Class Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, which I have stated in the past, I am not a fan of movie Megatron, but Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, is an acceptable, figure, or it looks acceptable. I have no gripes about the physical form of Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on those 2. I mean, I think they're supposed to be out in stores either now or in the near future, maybe by the beginning of June or the end of June, I'll probably start seeing them on the shelves. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. Yeah, I think that is it. So that's it. Voyager Class Studio Series Optimus Prime. I do like him. He does have some drawbacks with the dark colors. In some cases he's got some floppiness going on. If you're not careful, be mindful of the 5mm pegs. Be sure to put them in properly, otherwise they'll get stuck in the hands. Otherwise, nice head sculpt. Oh, I didn't even really talk about all the robot designs. He's got a lot of cool robot designs. There, I've covered that. He's a nice sculpted figure. I suppose if I were to have one other gripe about this toy, I'm not a big fan of that huge divide that's in between the window pecs. Yeah, okay, I'm not a huge fan of the divide there, but I still like this toy. It's still pretty rad. Just, if you're gonna do stuff like I do and take pictures and make videos of him, he needs to be well lit. Okay, I think I'm done now. I'm JimClassic, and you've been watching Geekin' It.